Okay, so listen to this story. It happened to a friend of mine, Sarah. They'd recently moved into this old house in a small town in Massachusetts. It was a bit old, but pretty neat and tidy. Sarah, her husband David, and their two daughters, the older one Emily and the younger one Lily, they were all settling into the new place quite well. Emily was in college then, mostly doing online classes, so she was home a lot. She had this habit of staying up really late at night watching TV. It would go on till maybe 3 or 4 in the morning. Then she'd just turn off the TV quietly and go to her room to sleep. At first, everything was fine. The house didn't feel weird or anything. About 2 or 3 weeks passed smoothly. Then one night something happened. Emily was in the TV room watching something on her laptop. It was probably around 3 or 3:30 in the morning. Suddenly she heard a noise coming from the bathroom. It sounded like water running. At first she ignored it, but the sound didn't stop. It really sounded like a tap had been turned on. Emily felt a little annoyed and got up. She went and saw the bathroom tap was actually open and water was running. Who would open it in the middle of the night? She was a bit surprised. She turned the tap off and came back to her laptop. She thought, maybe it just opened on its own. It's an old tap. Things happen. The next night, same exact thing. Around 3:30 a.m., that same water sound. Emily got up again, saw the tap open, turned it off and came back. This went on for about 4 days. Every night, same time, the tap would open, and Emily would go turn it off. It became almost a routine for her. It was annoying, but she didn't really think much about why it was happening. She just wanted to stop the noise and the wasted water, so she'd go and turn it off. One day, Sarah and David's friends came over. They all decided to go out for dinner that night. Lily went with them. Emily didn't want to go. She said, "No, Mom, I'm not in the mood. You guys go, I'll stay home." Sarah said, "Okay, but make sure you lock the door properly from inside, okay?" Emily said, "Don't worry, I'll be careful." They left around 9 p.m. and were supposed to be back by around 11. When they got back to the house, David rang the doorbell. Once, twice, but no one was opening the door. They started calling out, "Emily, open the door. We're back." No response from inside. The door was locked from the inside. David started knocking loudly on the door, shouting Emily's name, but it was completely silent inside. Sarah and Lily were already starting to cry by then. What happened to Emily? David tried to stay calm and asked the neighbors for help. One neighbor said, "I heard some noise from inside earlier, but nobody's answering the door now." David didn't wait any longer and called an emergency locksmith. He came and opened the lock. As soon as the door was open, the three of them rushed inside like a storm. "Emily, where are you?" They searched the whole house. She wasn't anywhere. Everyone's faces turned pale. What happened to their daughter? Suddenly Sarah said, "Is the bathroom tap running?" Yes. The sound of water was coming from the bathroom. David, Sarah, and Lily ran to the bathroom door. The door was slightly ajar. The scene they saw inside made their blood run cold. Emily was sitting on the cold bathroom floor. Right above her head, the shower tap was running, and water was falling on her face. She was holding her head with both hands and muttering something to herself. Her eyes looked strange. Sarah rushed over and grabbed Emily, saying, "Emily, what are you doing here? Come on, let's go." David and Lily also came closer. The moment Sarah tried to pull her up, Emily suddenly snatched her hand away and started muttering loudly again. Then she suddenly just went limp and collapsed. She had fainted. They quickly picked Emily up and laid her down. David immediately thought of someone he knew who dealt with these kinds of things, like a paranormal investigator. The gentleman's name was Mr. Peterson. David called him right away. Mr. Peterson arrived within about half an hour. The moment Mr. Peterson stepped inside the house, Emily, who had been lying unconscious, suddenly opened her eyes and sat up. Her eyes looked different somehow, and her smile, it wasn't Emily's smile. It was a wicked smile. She looked at Mr. Peterson and said, "So you came? I knew you would have to come." Mr. Peterson calmly asked, "Who is speaking?" Emily answered. But her voice wasn't Emily's. It was a rough, old-sounding voice. Me? Not me. We. We are the residents here. This is our place, Mr. Peterson said. But why are you bothering this family? They didn't do anything to you. The voice sounded raspy. Didn't bother us? This girl bothered us. All this time, whenever we tried to bathe, she kept turning off the tap. She ruined our bathing time. We bathe every night at 3 o'clock, and she came and interfered. She has to be punished for this. Sarah and David were frozen with fear. They couldn't believe what they were hearing. Mr. Peterson tried to talk to the entity, tried to reason with them, but they weren't willing. They kept saying, "This house is ours. You guys leave. And this girl interfered with our work. We won't let her go." Mr. Peterson understood their situation. The entities were absolutely refusing to leave the house, and they had targeted Emily. He advised David, "Look, staying here won't be right. I think you should leave this house. Right now, that's the best option." David and Sarah didn't delay any further. Listening to Mr. Peterson, they decided right away that they would leave that house. They had fully understood that this was not a normal situation. They quickly found another house and moved out. After moving to the new house, they thought, "Thank goodness, the problem is gone. We've left the house. Surely there won't be any more issues now." Yes, the paranormal occurrences in the house stopped, but the storm that Emily had gone through hadn't completely passed. Since moving to the new house, Emily had completely changed. Her cheerful nature was gone. She was quiet, withdrawn, always seemed sad. She didn't socialize with anyone. She just stayed closed off in herself. There was always an unknown pain or fear visible in her eyes and on her face. Sarah was very worried seeing her daughter like this. Days turned into weeks, but Emily didn't improve. One day, Sarah sat down beside her. In a very soft voice, she asked, "Emily, sweetie, what's wrong? Why are you like this even in the new house? Why do you seem so sad all the time? You weren't like this before. Can you tell me? Your mom, is there something bothering you? I'm here to help you." Hearing her mother's words, Emily suddenly burst into tears. Crying, she said in a scared voice, "What do you think, just because we left that house they let me go?" Sarah was startled. "What do you mean?" Emily wiped her eyes and said in a terrified voice, They come every night, at the same time around 3 in the morning. They forcibly take me from here to that old house, and they make me sit under that bathroom tap for hours, just water falling on me. They torture me. Then they bring me back here just before dawn, every day. Whether I want to or not, they come and take me. Sarah and David felt like the ground had disappeared beneath their feet. They had thought they left the house, left everything behind, but those entities hadn't left Emily. Every night they were coming and punishing Emily for her crime. They then looked for a more powerful and experienced paranormal expert, or maybe a spiritual healer. After much searching, they found a very powerful one. He followed many difficult procedures and was finally able to completely remove the influence of those entities from Emily's body and her life. Today, Emily is much more normal. But when she remembers the events of those nights, she still shudders. She never imagined that turning off a bathroom tap could lead to such a terrifying experience in her life. What do you think? Could something like that really happen?